consider, if you will, the steam locomotive. That's what made the modern world. Humans used to run things on physical power.
Right.
You know, you have to haul something. You get some guys to do it.
Or a horse.
Or a horse, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's still biological power.
Right.
And then you go deep into the earth. You find these black rocks.
Yeah.
You burn the rocks. They make steam, and then you put it in a metal box, and first it pumps the water out so you can mine better. Then you put it in a machine, and it can carry more stuff.
Yeah.
Now you might wonder, what the heck does this have to do with acting? And you realize, wait a minute, it's the same thing. Except instead of moving coal or iron or slate, you're moving other people's minds.
Filmmaker Magazine presents Back to One with Peter Rinaldi.
David Malinsky is an actor. He sat down with me on the Upper West Side of Manhattan to talk about the work.
I have recently decided that I want to actually sit down with some people that really bring me joy in cinema, okay, as actors. And I just said, so, like, who really brings me joy? And you know, David, you're one of the first people I thought of.
We've only met 3 times.
I don't care. I don't even care about you as a person.
Okay, oh, fair enough.
I am just talking about you on the screen.
You haven't seen me in that many things. I mean, have you
No.
seen my YouTube channel,
No.
my TikTok?
No.
Just, wow, that's insane.
Just you as an actor in some of these wonderful films like Poundcake, like Tormenting the Hen.
Wow.
These are incredible performances. When you come on the screen, you bring me joy.
Okay, so that's all random chance, isn't it?
What do you mean?
You were following the films that I was in.
Yeah. I certainly wasn't like looking for David Malinsky.
Okay, so it was just
But
random
now I am.
happenstance. Wow.
Now I'm a fan.
Wow. It means so much to have a fan, let me tell you. Like,
yes.
wow.
Am I your only fan? Do you
That's
have an
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans? Do you have an OnlyFans?
Okay, all right. So remember how I talked about the rationalist of the steam engine and like how it kind of made the modern world?
Yeah.
The first story you see as a kid imprints on who you are. For me, it was the Thomas the Tank Engine TV show voiced by Ringo Starr. It came to the United States as I was born. The guy who made the original books, Wilbur Awdry, he died in 1997. The woman who made it into the TV show, Britt Allcroft, she died a couple of years, either last year or the year before. And that was what I glommed into as a kid. You know, I was a train kid. I was a Thomas the Tank Engine kid. I liked Henry. He was like the green train. He's the one who got stuck in the tunnel. And like, but what's interesting about the show is it's 5-minute episodes. It was adapting this book series written between the 1940s and the 1970s. And it was about British Railways. The trains are not a metaphor. Every actor is like, oh, the trains are a metaphor. No, dumbass. The trains aren't a metaphor. It's about the bloody trains. Because the guy, like, Wilbur Awdry, he's the author. He was a Church of England, I was going to say rabbi, not rabbi.
Minister.
Minister, Reverend.
Yeah.
And he was a conscientious objector to World War II. His son was sick, so he decided to tell him stories about trains. He really cared about the trains.
Yeah.
He was like, these stories are something that happened to some engine at some time. It really happened.
Yeah.
And he constantly fought with his illustrators. Because kids were writing him notes saying, hi, Mr. Awdry, me and my parents are fighting about which engine is which because like the wheel arrangement's wrong. Like it's that level of detail.
Oh, yeah.
That level of detail. And he captured the evolution of railways in Britain from nationalization under Clement Attlee in 1947. He doesn't mention Clement Attlee, but he mentions nationalization. He stopped writing in 1973, where steam power was replaced by diesel power. And what's really interesting is he got involved with what's called the steam heritage movement. Basically, they were closing all, under nationalization, under Dr. Richard Beeching, they were closing all these rural branch lines, especially in Wales. So there was these tiny trains that were like meant to bring slate and coal to like Cardiff or whatever.
Okay.
And they were closed because they were no longer economically viable. And and all these tiny little steam engines. Like, they was like, wait, let's just preserve them, run them as volunteers. And he used his books, the Thomas the Tank Engine books, to promote this kind of new subculture.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was like, oh, wow, cute trains. It's like there was the one train, the green train. I should say engines, but I'm talking to a general audience here.
Yeah.
Like, I know what a tank engine is. Who else does?
I know you're getting to a point
A kid's
here.
TV with a storyline.
Yes.
It had a storyline across
Yes.
multiple episodes, which you'd see in comic books, you'd see in adult TV, but TV for preschoolers? That blew my mind as a kid. Then obviously you grow up. I got into like military history, not World War II, that's normie. Everyone has a World War II phase. As a Jewish kid, you definitely have a World War II phase.
So what was your focus?
Napoleonics. And specifically, it was, and here's how I can really get into the acting. It was Horatio Hornblower. Mm-hmm. The main guy, Jan Griffith, a Welsh actor. It's like, yes, this guy. This was, I didn't see Sharp until like way later with what's his name, Sean Bean. Mm-hmm. But Hornblower, it's, when I saw it, I was like, wait a minute, so this is in the American Revolution, right? I shouldn't be reading for these guys. Oh no, it's at the French Revolution. What? Blowing my mind.
Yeah.
Look, I grew up with this British kids TV show. You grow up with C.S. Lewis, J.R.R. Tolkien, Roald Dahl.
Yeah.
All these British children's story people.
Yeah.
And that's how I grew any sense of empathy. It's like, wait a minute, there's a whole other world out there. But don't worry, it's all coming together.
I knew it. I know it.
When you're a teenager,
Yeah.
everyone, a unique experience among people my age, I would think. You go online, you see all these subcultures, anime, comic books, Star Trek, Star Wars, sci-fi, video games, whatever. You have online communities.
Yes.
And my online community was kids that grew up with Thomas the Tank Engine. All over the world. US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, Canada. Blew my mind. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to get myself a mic. I still have the mic, by the way. I got a little setup. I'm going to do voice work for them. And some of the best work I've ever done. I love voice acting. Like, I was an animation kid. That's the art form I truly love. Like, and people who knock animation and gaming,
Yeah.
I look down on them.
Wow.
Because it's like, how dare you disparage a whole art form like that?
Yeah.
It's one thing to say, hey, I'm not into it. But
Yeah.
it's an inferior art form, that's objectively wrong. Would you say that about opera or ballet?
Right.
I don't really care much for ballet. The only opera I like is Nixon in China.
But you wouldn't knock it, is what you're saying.
I wouldn't knock it as...
You may not be into it, but
yeah, I accept its legitimacy as a medium. I mean, I think opera can do a lot of interesting things that they're not really doing anything with, because most of the interesting things is happening in musical theater.
Right.
But my overall point is, we talk about acting. Talking about acting in a vacuum doesn't make sense. And that's what led me to think, hold on, acting isn't just you're given a script, go. It's you're at the end of the production process. Mm-hmm. This is how I view acting. I view it as you've got all these elements and you bring them together.
Yeah.
And that's all I studied acting, but the more I said, like, wait, this is too complicated. I just do it all through instinct.
Interesting.
It's like, okay, this makes sense, I'll just do that. And I'm sure that'll make some people very angry.
I think that's a very, very legitimate way of doing it. And you reach something that makes me want to sit down with you. So that means that you have succeeded. But how did you get, so you were doing this voice work, but how did you get into the independent film scene in New York?
Oh, that's a story. So this friend of mine, who I'd known for a very long time, I got an invite to her first movie screening. I was focusing on promoting my one-man play that I researched and wrote and performed. So I was like, oh, cool, I can meet this person. I can promote my work. I can see her work. That's where I met Onur.
Onur Tukel.
Yeah, exactly. He said, hey, be in my movie. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. And that's where I found success. Not really on, quote-unquote, success. It's not really on the audition treadmill.
Yes.
Because that's all just a numbers game.
Right.
It's better just to meet directors individually, and then you work together to make stuff.
Right. And was that Abbey...
Abbey Singer Songwriter.
Abbey Singer Songwriter. And how long after meeting you did Onur want to put you in that movie?
I don't want to brag. I think immediately.
I'm just laughing.
And so Teddy Collatos, he saw Abbey Singer. He said, "Hey, Dave, be in my movie." Like, okay, yeah.
This is how it happens.
And it's like, well, this seems way better. And like another thing, there was an audition at the Producers Club. Someone said, "Hey, be in my movie." Like, yeah, sure, I'll be in your movie.
So it snowballed. It snowballed after that.
I guess. I mean, it's not a consistent snowball, but it's like just meeting people, talking to them, rather than, prepare a monologue, screen test. Like that never worked for me.
Yeah.
Whereas just meeting with people. So it's networking just like any other industry.
Right.
The thing is with acting is it's so amorphous.
Right.
It's not there, then it's there, that's not there again.
Right.
It's very risky. But I guess that's what's appealing. And I'm just so fascinated. What makes you so interested in me? You say your passion quotient or whatever it is.
Yes.
And like already talking, you kind of get it. Like Dave's jumping to all these different things. You don't see how they relate to each other. And hopefully I'm able to bring them together. Man, it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of energy to do. And it's really just bouncing off in 50 different directions. And I guess that's like an actor-y skill.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, part of it, I think, when I'm learning just in the beginning of this conversation right now is that you try to get, it seems, to a natural state in front of the camera, and that might be what I'm responding to,
Huh, interesting. Yeah.
And it's
instead of being showy.
Well, yeah, and you're not quote unquote acting.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, I agree with that.
So that might be what I'm responding to. But it's interesting because in Tormenting the Hen, you play an actor. You're an actor. You're an actor playing an actor, and you're doing this kind of elaborate stage production that Teddy seems to have filmed almost as a play. Yeah. And so you had to go through it seems, correct me if I'm wrong, a process like an actor would. You had to learn lines, so you're not improvising.
But
right?
Mostly. But there's a lot of, hey, let's explore, because it was about race, and I'm like, most race conversations are fairly dull.
Yeah.
Like, I finally read Robin DiAngelo's White Fragility.
Yes.
And she was right, but before I read her, I read Thaddeus Russell's A Renegade History of the United States. Mm-hmm. And I think he makes the point much more effectively. Because, minstrel shows, right, where white guys go up and like grease paint, it's weird, gross. But Russell said in his research, the guys who made that up wanted to emulate black culture as well as mock it. They wanted to escape whiteness. So they'd rather be enslaved than like be a white guy. It's like, wait, wow, you just made the point way better than Robin DiAngelo could. Because like her, it's all, like a hectoring finger in the face. And you might want to be offensive just to bother them. Because who are you to boss me around like that?
Right.
Even if it's like, because you're making people feel like shit. And more importantly, you're creating and supporting systems that oppress other human beings.
Right. So wait, was this for, were you
Personal
reading these
interest.
for research for this role?
No.
Oh.
No, this was recently.
Oh.
Oh, and Tormenting the Hen, now it's just me kind of feeling things out. And kind of playing with my own ideas. Because it's like, look, if you tell me what to think, I'm going to say, go fuck yourself. I don't care, even if it's something good and useful.
Yeah. So wait, how much would you say it is you in these movies?
Pretty much all me.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, they say that Hollywood acting isn't really acting at all.
That's right.
It's just being you. Yeah, that makes total sense to me. It's like you, the words on the page, how do you get them to work together? There we go. And the camera, I guess, captures that. And on the stage, the room on the other side of the fourth wall. Fourth wall's a lie, by the way. There's no fourth wall. Screw the fourth wall. The second worst thing Wagner did was create a fourth wall. Richard Wagner. Like, no. If theater is to survive in this age where everyone has a camera in their pocket, theater needs to embrace interactivity in a way I don't know if it's done yet. It's starting. The process is starting.
What does that mean, interactivity?
There is no fourth wall. It's not the audience is silent while the actors do their thing. There's an interaction between the audience and the actors. That's that can't exist in any of the other medium.
A meta aspect you're talking about.
It's not even necessarily meta. Maybe it is, but it's like, let's integrate the relationship between the audience and the actors into the play. Immersive theater. I think it's called immersive theater. Like that. Like that's the cool new edgy thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool. But I don't know much about it. I gotta see. Like, let's see. I saw The Death of Rasputin a month ago, with a friend of mine, and there was a lot of good things in there. I think the different elements didn't cohere. Theater and film are hybrid forms, meaning there are lots of different individual elements that come together to create a whole.
So, what about just the idea of having to do a take over again?
Oh, that's fine.
But how about if it turns into like 10 takes?
Well, it's kind of annoying, but it's for the good of the movie.
But
it's not about me; it's about the movie.
But do you have a way of making it fresh every time?
I try. That's all I can say. I'm not experienced enough to give you a more detailed answer.
So you don't have an approach necessarily. You just try it again.
Yes, exactly.
Just try it again.
Yeah, and that probably speaks to my inexperience, or I studied this stuff, but I think the more I studied, the less I understood. So
well, that was the proper conclusion, I believe. I believe that now.
Yeah.
Like maybe 7 years ago, I would have had a different thing to say.
But for instance, in Poundcake, it's not like you are. I don't know if that had a lot of improv. It didn't seem like it did. It seemed like there were certain things you had to.
No,
hit.
It's very script based.
Yeah, and you made me laugh. You made me feel bad.
Oh, good.
So I had empathy. This is what actors, typical trained actors, elicit from me. And here you are eliciting that from me as an actor using his instincts only.
Yeah.
And that, I think, is interesting.
Actions, objectives, all that stuff. Like, I always hated that stuff.
Yeah, so you don't even have
An objective in a scene.
I mean, maybe it's not like that hard and fast. It's like, do what the words say. So I guess it's more of a Shakespearean focus, even though I didn't do a bunch of Shakespeare training. It's honestly like all bits and pieces from a lot of different places. I didn't go through a singular program.
Yeah.
It was more like taking a bit of this, bit of that, and just making it my own, which I think is what learning is anyway.
That's right.
Probably people who go through specific curricula probably are more rigid than they need to be. I trained a bit to be a teacher, and I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to hurt kids. Because how knowledge... it's the curriculum that's the lie. It's the curriculum that's the lie. Humans learn by salad barring, and that has its problems, but there are also advantages to it.
And do you think you would say you would have that approach toward acting?
I guess, yeah.
Salad barring. What if the next person that has seen one of these performances comes to you and they're a much more Hollywood type person, and they want to put you in something and it's much more structured than Teddy or Onur?
I'm down. Job's a job.
But do you think that you would function okay in that kind of environment?
Oh, that's a good... Maybe.
What do you think the problems would be?
I hate authority. But I also kind of value it in that if I didn't have it, I'd be bouncing off the walls.
But isn't Onur kind of an authoritarian director?
Yes, it kind of worked for me. It kind of worked for me.
Why? I guess like he has a definite, he's a leader, he has a definite way of doing this that is very strict, it seems. Like even if it's trying to be loose.
That's fine.
Yeah, you were able to work in that.
Yeah. I haven't done, let's see, Poundcake was 3 years ago?
Yeah.
That's been a while. But I focus more on my YouTube channel.
Oh.
And TikTok as well, because it's like what I like about web video specifically is it's all you. Yes. Everyone, it's more of a barbarian or nomad sort of thing where it's like you generalize. Yeah. You do a little bit of everything. And I kind of like that. And it's all video essays, historically themed video essays, me talking to a camera.
About history?
Mostly. History, culture, art. Big theoretical stuff, like the 20th century began in 1884. with the Berlin Conference. Everyone. Okay. History's really my jam. I love that.
Yeah.
To normies, let's say history normies, everything is World War II. I just want to slap them.
Why? Because
There's a 2 in there.
yeah.
But more like, if you just look at World War II to the exclusion of everything else, nothing makes any sense. The more knowledgeable people, oh yeah, of course it starts with World War I.
Yeah.
And then they look at the whole 20th century from 1914 to like 1992.
yeah.
But the real Chad move is to go back to the partition of Africa in 1884, the Berlin Conference, where everyone went together. It's like, okay, Africa looks like this now. And like, you get this bit, you get this bit, you get this bit. You could go...
And you're saying that has more significance
Absolutely.
than most things that people think have significance.
It's not that it's more significant, it's a much better starting point. Because if you start in 1939 or even 1936 or 1933, you will not understand that all the countries between Germany and the Soviet Union were new. And like that's what they were trying to gobble up. And if you don't get that,
Right.
you get it's unhitched from time.
I don't think I got that until you just said that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very serious problem. Because I was on a set of another movie. I was involved in. I wasn't on camera for it, but I was the on-set documentarian. It's a World War I movie. I wasn't. I was behind the camera for that one, documenting the set. But I didn't mention because this was like more about acting. But like I consider acting to be embedded to everything else. But the movie is called The Battle of Henry Johnson. It's like Poundcake in the production sense,
Yeah.
but very, very different. It's because when you're trying to make a story, make a movie, there's the mumblecore, there's camera, people, talk, go.
Yeah.
And then there's, no, we're building a space. We're digging trenches. We're getting uniforms. We're getting guns. We're getting explosions. That's a movie. Like I saw Sinners. That's a movie. And mumblecore has its place, but I rail against order and structure, even if I kind of prefer it. And it comes in my gaming tastes too.
Interesting.
Because I don't like those big open world games. From Grand Theft Auto, Zelda Breath of the Wild. I prefer a structured, ordered level. Like your GoldenEyes. It's like you're here, you're in a space, and then you do the thing in the space, and then you're done.
Yeah.
And I realized maybe I apply that to movies too. I don't like something that's big open-ended because there's no boundaries to it, because it can go on infinitely.
Right.
And I guess as an actor, the thing is to find the boundaries and then work within the boundaries.
Yes. Yes. And do you think you do that well?
I don't know. I cannot say. I'm sorry. I just can't. Like self-crit. Self-crit is usually like, I'd be very mouse. I'm sorry. I'm terrible. Why am I even alive? Here, I'll slit my wrist to you, my lord. Like that kind of thing. Like you don't want me to self-crit because you see where I go with it.
Yes.
It's like that's not helpful. It doesn't help anybody.
So let's talk about how you work with other actors that don't have your approach.
Do you find yourself adapting to them?
Yeah, of course.
And do they adapt to you?
I'd like to think they do.
So you find the happy balance.
Yeah, because I know it's about the scene partner and you and the guy running the production, whether it's the film director or the theater director. Because acting is, I guess because of my theater background, of course it's a collective experience. It has to be, because these are hybrid mediums we're talking about. It's never just the one guy. But then again, I like doing one-man plays because then I don't have to deal with other people. So it's like, it's just me talking. Like I keep thinking, maybe I should have been like some sort of clergyman. But I want to be a clergy of a new religion instead of just being just like a rabbi or a priest or pastor or whatever. I don't care about that. Why should I repeat other people's words? Bitch, I want to make my own damn religion. That's way more fun, and more people should do it.
Absolutely. I would love to see your religion.
Oh, I'm working on it, man.
We'll work on it.
Well,
yeah.
it's like the infinite Talmud, and that basically every artwork is a Bible. Every art is sacred. If every art is sacred, that means the act of making art is itself a sacred thing.
Right.
Reading and writing used to be specialized skills. Now they're universal skills.
Yeah.
I'd say drawing and music should be universal skills. Yes, sometimes I think I would be a good totalitarian dictator. Not because my will, like, no, dumbass. It's not about your will. Power always relies on those below it. And if you let the guys below you think they have power, you're going to stay in power a lot longer because everyone's kind of in the same deal. Whereas it's like, I am over God, bow to me. Like, that's only going to last as long as that magic works.
Right.
Once it no longer works, you're fucked.
So when you think about
Yeah.
a one-man show,
Yeah.
are you riffing or are you following a strict script?
Oh, I'm following a strict script, but that might come from a bit of riffing.
So if I were to see it twice,
Yeah.
would I hear the same words?
Pretty much. Maybe like little bit changes here and there. But what happened was, so after I met Onur, I was doing my one-man play. You can find it on my YouTube channel. It's called Playing at War. It was about theater in New York during the Revolutionary period.
Wow.
Did you know that one of the first acts of Congress was banning theater in 1774 as part of the Articles of Association, which banned trade between America and Britain?
Wow.
Theater was considered a British trade good because there were no American theater companies. There were British theater companies who kind of did their shows on this continent.
Wow.
And in 17...
To answer your question, no, I did not know that.
You didn't? Okay, yeah. Yeah, most
Wow.
theater people don't know that. Most art people don't know that. You know, the problem is when you look at theater history education, it jumps from Shakespeare to Oscar Wilde and George Bernard Shaw.
Yes.
That whole 200-year period is mostly forgotten.
That's so true.
And why? You obviously you've got, opera and like other forms like more developed. Whereas I guess you've got like Sheridan, Goldsmith, Farquhar, but no one knows who the hell these people are except for specialists.
Yeah.
Yeah, this question is why. There's only so much room. And the exciting thing during this period happens in the world of politics, not really theater, but the politics people were affected by what was going on in theater.
Right.
I only regret I have one life to give for my country. The father of American spying, which was always terrible, or is it? No, it's so good we think it's terrible, but it's actually secretly controlling everything.
Yeah.
I love the Department of Homeland Security. If you're listening, we love you. All
So wait.
glory. They deserve hundreds of billions of dollars. Why don't we coup ourselves? I'll shut up.
What was this? So were you playing different characters?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I did it. I did it at a festival here in the city, but no one came because I was terrible at self-promotion. And I was seeing what was being popular. It was a lot of progressive boilerplate stuff. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, now hold on a second. If you're just using theater as a place to tell people what they already want to hear, you're not using the medium right.
Right.
And that made me not want to do theater anymore.
Right.
It's like, this is all just a circle jerk.
Right.
But that's why I was working on, well, how do we make the arts an area for meaning exchange? But this was in the early 2010s. This was during the Obama years where we thought everything was solved. And yeah, sure, there's like the burning embers of the Tea Party, but that's just like the last swipes of a dying beast.
Right.
But then the dying beast wasn't dying so much anymore. And now the beast took power. But maybe it's probably still gnashing and wailing, and are we all going to die in the process? Who knows? But I guess the only thing to do is either punch the power in the face, and like now that kind of progressive boilerplate stuff seems and feels right to me now, because it's like the Bush years. It's like, yes, evil is clear and present, and it has authority and power. Now that's when you punch. That's when we artists have our job to punch it in the fucking face.
Yeah.
So what, do you write these one-man shows?
I've only written the one, and it's like I keep trying to write more. I'm a terrible writer. Like I'm a good writer. The act of writing I struggle with a lot, and I
Right.
get distracted. It's hard for me to complete projects.
Oh, so you don't have the discipline. Do you need that?
Oh yeah, that's why I want the structure, because I'm completely undisciplined, and I know in a more disciplined society. Like the Nazis would shoot me for a whole variety of reasons, but it wouldn't just be the Nazis. It would be pretty much like the communists. You're not productive enough. Go die in mine. Or boy, you need to have Jesus as your Lord and Savior. It's like, fuck you. Won't you tell me what to do? And of course they'll shoot me for that.
All right, we need to tone
Sorry,
it down. We need to tone it down just a
Okay,
little.
sorry,
I don't want to tone it down.
It's
not
too
just
much.
that.
I'm sorry if it's too much for you.
No, it's not. I love it.
but I'm just worried we're going to get kicked out of
Oh,
here.
yeah. I'll shut, yeah.
No, don't shut up. I love it.
But yeah, like I've always wanted the chance to show this intensity on stage or on film, and it's gotten close. It hasn't gotten there yet, and it's like I don't want to fit into other people's mold. That's what I realize.
And I don't want you to.
And it's like, but being an actor means doing that.
I
It means
guess
doing
that's
exactly
true.
that. That's what the job is.
I guess that's true, but it sounds like somebody like Onur knew enough to,
Yeah, exactly.
and Teddy to let you just be you.
Yeah, 100%. And like I'm very extremely thankful to them for that. I'd love to do it with more people, with them. And I want to be in more movies. I want to just spread my wings, but it might be just screaming for 40 minutes, and I don't know if you can make a movie out of it. Well, Dragon Ball Z, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a Dragon Ball Z guy anyway. So,
But have you thought about doing something yourself, putting yourself into a movie?
I mean, I'd love to do that. I start projects, and I move on to something else. But no, there's one that I'm working on. But I don't want to. I'm not ready to talk about it.
Okay.
Yet. I feel bad talking about the ones I've already talked. I always feel like I gotta be secretive with everything.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Because sometimes you don't want to. I think Robert Frost had a quote where it's like, I'm paraphrasing. If you put the water on outside, the hose will run. The faucet will run slower upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Maybe that's part of it.
Reveal too much, but it's like I'm always afraid of putting myself out there because I'm terrified of rejection. This is true as with roles as it is for romance. If you want to get into that, like, and as everyone's all romance all the time. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I couldn't give any fewer fucks than that. Like, who's fucking who? Who fucking cares? That never did anything for me. And I don't know whether, like, talking about LGBTQIA, Two-Spirit, plus, and like all the different letters. And it's like, it's great. Everyone's trying to find their own granular sense of meaning. Cool. But I didn't see where I fit into that. But then I thought, aromanticism is a thing. Oh, that's a letter and a flag I vibe with.
Yeah.
Not even asexual, because yes, I've got sexual needs. But
is there a certain flag for that? Is there an actual flag?
There is an aromantic flag.
Okay, cool.
You want me to show you?
No.
No, okay.
I mean,
Because I went to a pride parade. Like, okay, what is this? Like, I finally bought a pride flag a few years ago.
Yeah.
Because it's like you guys do your thing. That's cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
But then like, wait a minute. Hold on. If people want to take away their freedom, they want to take away everyone's freedom.
That's right.
You know, queer folk are the canaries in the coal mine of a free society.
That's right.
And
so wait, was it changing for you to find your whatever you want to call that, identity or whatever?
I think it was actually the other way around.
What do you mean?
It was like I was searching for an identity, then I was developing one, and then I saw this aromanticism, and I was like, oh, okay, here's somewhere I can fit with everything else I'm doing.
I see.
That's like a connection point.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there are all these LGBTQIA identities have always existed.
Yeah.
But maybe not within that language for it.
Right.
And that's actually really interesting because it shows how our perceptions are shaped by social conditions.
Yes.
By some thinkers saying, no, it's usually a priest or pastor or some sort of cleric. This is why I don't trust clerics.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure some people are helped by religious authorities.
Yeah.
But it's mostly, hey, I studied our sacred text. I studied an ancient language. You should listen to me. And like, no, why should I listen to you? You know, it's like,
yeah.
And when they comment on international relations, that disgusts me. You just because you know your sacred text, you can talk about how international relations work. Are you insane?
Yeah.
And it's all about like, there's a new thing. We gotta protect our authority. So a lot of people, for the past 170 years, since the 1870s, you had all these different new art forms develop. You know, new types of printing, photography, recorded music, comics, games, movies, television, and they were all called satanic. Like that's a pattern. Mm-hmm. Why does this pattern exist?
Right. And
it's
what
religiously want to keep their jobs.
And the latest one is AI, of course,
Well,
is the
see, AI
satanic.
I get the hate toward AI. Because
that one is satanic, you're saying.
Well, yes. I understand how it's a useful tool. Like, I get that. That totally makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But if you use the tool for everything,
yeah,
you're going to atrophy as a human being.
Sure.
Like there was one person who I saw did interesting things with AI because he wrote his own stuff, but he needed images for his AI was the quickest way to get those images. I respect that. That's fine.
Okay.
Because his main work is the writing, and the images just serves the writing.
Yeah. Do you see it becoming a thing where it robs
yes,
people
100%.
of art?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah.
But it's an objectively inferior form. Like in my YouTube videos, I just gather up lots of images, and I know these images are relevant. Like maps, pictures, paintings, photography. It's me getting stuff someone made and basically in a visual collage.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use an AI for that.
Yeah.
Whereas I see like all these YouTube channels, it's all powered by AI, and it looks terrible. It doesn't even look historically accurate.
Yeah.
It's like all the clothes are wrong, and it's like, what are you doing? Oh, I know what you're doing. You want to create something easy,
Right.
and I get that impulse, but it's a self-defeating impulse.
Yes.
Wait, let me ask you this, because this is a podcast episode like no other and that I've had.
Oh wow!
So I'm wondering, like, with your brain and your interests, why even engage in the endeavor of acting
And waste time on something that seems like, now I don't agree with this,
Right, no,
but I mean, it's somebody who
like,
has
why
all these.
shouldn't I work for the State Department?
Well, I don't know, or do. I mean, you have interests that are way beyond it. It almost seems like acting is.
I tried to be an academic for a while, but I couldn't hack it because of the writing, because of the discipline. It seems that the arts allows weird people to do their thing to a greater degree than other domains. I don't know how true that is. Because obviously I'm beating myself up for not being productive enough all the time.
Yeah.
But at least in the arts, it's somewhat forgivable. Whereas in, say, academia, it's not.
Right.
I think does that answer your question?
Yeah. So you're saying you like it because you could slack off.
You're right. You're right. And I'm ashamed of that. I'm deeply ashamed of that.
But I relate.
At least you relate.
Yes, yes, but I don't have your mind for other things. Like I would have. Basically, I'm telling you, I would have much more guilt than you actually have if I had your mind.
Huh. Oh, I'm racked with guilt all the time. Because like I'm just going around doing lots of different things and absorbing and like processing and seeing how I can fit it all together. It takes like I'm writing this thing. It's very slow. It's like. Yeah, I could use a regular creative partner.
Have you ever thought of like a writing group?
Oh, group.
Hold accountability for yourself.
I don't trust groups. One-on-one, sure. A group,
But
no
how about
way.
just for accountability? You don't have to trust them for anything. Think about that.
Wait, let me ask you this.
Sure.
One of my favorite scenes
Of the last 5 years is in Poundcake.
Really?
Yes. And I think it's probably the funniest moment that I've seen in cinema.
Wow. And
In the
you're not
last
just
5
blowing
years.
smoke here.
Well, no, I'm not blowing smoke, but it's also saying something that it's a low bar for comedy right now. But anyway,
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
But it is brilliant.
so I'm talking about the scene in the conference room
Yep.
toward the end.
Was the comedy of that scene laid out in the script? Was
Yes.
did
Oh yeah,
you-
it was all written down.
It was all written down. And, it just felt like timing had to be hit right for this.
Music.
For this, it's music. So wait, how much does that play into what you do? Like trying to lay into
everything.
that rhythm.
Oh yeah, rhythm. That's such a great way to put it. Because yeah, it's all just feeling out timing.
That come natural to you?
Yes. One thing, I'm good at two things. Funny voices and comic timing.
Okay, this makes sense.
Yeah.
This makes sense.
Oh, okay, there we go. I might need
Yes.
to come back, do another hour.
That's right. You just might. Actually, I would demand that, David Malinsky. You need to come back on this show.
Well, thank you for calling me an actor. I appreciate it.
You are an actor.
I guess I am.
What do you mean you guess you are?
I don't know. I don't like labels.
Okay, but if you played music, you'd be a musician, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. I do write a bit. It's just I don't reveal my writing. I should. Honestly, if you look at my Facebook page, that's where most of my writing is. I feel more comfortable calling myself a performer than an actor.
And
for precisely the reason I told you. There's a process of actions, objectives, and beats, and I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
I just feel it through. Does that make me an actor? I don't know, but I definitely call myself a performer. And I wish I could perform more. I'd love to perform more. And I don't want to put myself out there and be rejected, and that's cowardly. No, you have to just go and say, hey, I'm a cool guy. Peter Rinaldi thinks I'm a cool guy. I'm in his podcast. I'm episode 350 of his podcast. Put me on stage, damn it.
Back to One is a production of Filmmaker Magazine, which is a publication of The Gotham. Listen to back episodes of this podcast at filmmakermagazine.com or wherever you get your podcasts.